Welcome to the DogWater and Sales Guy Show. I am the Sales Guy.
I'm DogWater.
And we are live from Detroit, Michigan for the NCAA Wrestling National Tournament. First off, I just want to say that I hate the NCAA basketball tournament. Its unpredictability is not cute or fun to me. I find it to be somewhat stupid. You know what I mean? Who did Kentucky lose to?
St. Peter's, I think.
Who the fuck is that?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm all about the pros. I want to see the best people that play the sport.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like college basketball. It has never done it for me. I watch this shit and it's like, this is slightly above like the best high schoolers, but so much below NBA.
Yeah. Yeah, especially like when you're at the round of 64, especially the games are like 30-point games. You're just like, why are these teams playing each other?
And like we was talking about it, and my boss was saying, he was like, well, the problem with Kentucky is, he was like, they just play to whoever they're playing against level. And he was like, so when they play St. Peter's, they kind of just, they don't play their game hard. They just, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. No, but we're here at a national championship weekend here at Detroit for the NCAA wrestling. I don't know how many white guys I thought was Eminem these past few days. I got to stop thinking that. They're all just like 5'8" white guys, buzz cut, got that crazy look in their eye.
I remember my buddy James, he worked at Big Daddy's, and they used to always have the tournament in St. Louis. I mean, they obviously always have it in the Midwest so they can make it easier for everyone to travel to. Mm-hmm. But he said he seen a little short, stocky wrestler dude at the bar by himself. And he said the dude had got like 6 shots. And he said the dude he said he looked over and the dude took a shot like this. It was like, and it was like, and he said he walked up. He's like, hey, bro, you're going to have to go, man. And he's like, I'm sorry, I just fucking lost today. And I didn't even make All-American. And he was like, yeah, that's fine or whatever, but you can't be doing all that shit in here, man. You're going to have to get the fuck up out of here, dog.
Hell no. He probably down the fucking shots.
Yeah, bro.
I would have. In fact, I did that before we started.
I spent a lot of time in the wrestling community. There's some crazy-ass motherfuckers in there. I've been in the MMA community. Like locally, there's some crazy people in that shit. I've noticed that people in MMA, they're a lot weirder. You know what I mean?
Why you say that?
I don't know. I just feel like a lot of them probably didn't have confidence when they were younger, and then they got into MMA, to build confidence and got good at it and started fighting and shit, but they still like Dragon Ball Z and, shit like that.
You just described Colby Covington.
I don't think he watches Dragon Ball Z.
I bet he does. But he seems like that type of guy. Anyways, shout out all the new free agents coming to the Cincinnati Bengals. Welcome to the jungle. We got some fucking glass eaters. Lyle Collins, I'm pretty sure, is coming. We don't know for sure as of this moment. By the time this episode airs, it's probably for sure. We're going to have 3 glass eaters coming in, plus the draft still coming. Eli Strapple. I don't know how to fucking load a gun, so when I do my fucking gun motions, I don't know what the fuck that means. You know what I mean? So when I do the gun thing, do I go like this? Or do I go like this? I go like this, right?
You would go.
That's it. Hi.
You would put the clip in.
It's not even loaded. I'm just playing with you. You're lucky, though.
We got a couple of good matches coming up right now. We're kind of trying to look down from our press box and watch the matches. We have Olympic gold medalist Gable Stevenson coming up right now, going up against another age-level world champion, Greg Kerfley. Right now, DogWater, on these 2 mats, we have 3 age group world champions right now. What do you think? Gable Stevenson won a cadet, a junior world championship, and an Olympic title. Greg Kerfley has won a cadet world title, and Colton Schultz in the red shoes has also won a world title.
I don't know what it is in me, but I just always think that how would I fare against these dudes? These dudes would throw me on my ass quicker than I could say fucking on my ass.
I think they could be like, they'd be like pin them in less than 3 seconds.
Like these are the dudes that are like, back in the day, they're the fucking main warriors you have.
Yeah.
Like just
like you
just
said,
their sheer size.
You say you was playing the new Assassin's Creed.
Not even new. It's fucking.
Well, that's the newest one.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But like a nigga this size, Gable Stevenson size, he like one of them big knights that come out.
Yeah, you got to hit that motherfucker 10 times before he dies.
Ooh, that was close. This is the best time of the year, and what people need to start realizing is stop watching that lame ass basketball tournament.
Ooh.
Come and watch some real shit.
Ooh.
2 men going at it head to head.
Hell yeah.
Mano y mano.
Yeah.
1-on-1.
Tell me again.
Man to man.
That's what I'm saying.
Fight to the death.
You hear me?
Fuck all that basketball. It's a team game. It's 5 of us.
Fuck it.
This shit is whack, dog.
Mama.
I'm not shocked. It's just so crazy that Michigan won the Big Ten title, beat Penn State for the Big Ten title, and now going into the heavyweight semifinals, Penn State is up by, I want to say like 18 points. Gable Stevenson with the takedown. Like Gable Stevenson, I love this guy just for his pure love of the game. You know what I mean? There's no reason that he should even be here right now. He's literally only just here for the fans. You know what I mean? Yeah. Already got the 7-figure WWE contract. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You see those shoes he's wearing? Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, those are Nikes. He got his own shoe with Scrap Life. Damn. He got his own shoe deal. He got his own clothing deal with him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So he doesn't need to be here. That nigga had offers to go to play for the Vikings and shit.
I could play for the Vikings. They suck. Kirk Cousins could throw me the ball. I mean, look at Adam Thielen.
I still think about when you said, Amari Cooper said he was a black Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, he said that about Dak Prescott.
I mean, it's really true.
He hasn't really done much.
No. He's the only black quarterback that got the ownership's love and trust.
I just remember that was the thing. There was a huge discussion whenever he came up for his new deal, and they had to give him a max deal if he was going to sign with them. But I don't know if they should have. I
don't know why you would. Well, I just feel like in sports they just throw money at people now.
I think Dak is the very top tier. Like he can get you there, but like having him win it, you're gonna have to have everything go right. Kind of like a Joe Flacco that year. But like
he can get you where
to the Super Bowl. I think he's like he's like a Jimmy G type.
But
guy.
When has he ever even got anybody close to the Super Bowl?
What were you talking about?
Dak Prescott.
Oh yeah. They got to the playoffs, but
I'm saying, did they win a game?
That's what I'm saying. But like, if he had a dominant defense type shit,
but that's something. Like people get max deals off ifs.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, they get it. Like Kirk Cousins is like he's right on the cusp of like I think he's a little bit better than that. Like I think he could go win you a Super Bowl, but like he's at the very minimum. I think there's only like maybe 10 guys that I think could like go and win you a Super Bowl, if that.
I don't know, man.
It's just so close. There's so many of them now. Like
so, let's think of 10 guys that can win you a Super Bowl: Joe Burrow,
Lamar Jackson.
Are
we putting Deshaun Watson in there?
Yes.
So then that's 3 just in the division. Then you can go out west.
But then you say Stafford.
Russell
Wilson.
Murray. You think Kyler Murray? I don't know if Kyler Murray's in that class
Kyle Murray. I wouldn't say that. Yeah.
Who'd you say the next one was?
Russell Wilson.
You think he's still in there?
He can win you a Super Bowl. He'd play with a shit team.
Yeah, I agree with you. I just don't ask him. How many was that? 6 or 7?
I think that was 5 or 6.
Okay.
And then
you got the whole AFC West though. It's Mahomes.
Yep.
You got Herbert. I don't know if Herbert gets in that class.
I don't know about there yet.
But
Josh Allen?
He's definitely talented enough. Josh Allen, he's out. He's with the East. But
would you say
Who else? Oh, Wilson. You also got Aaron Rodgers.
I'm pretty sure this
Tom
kid,
Brady.
right? No, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
But Wood on the other mat, those is Gable Stevenson shoes he's wearing.
Damn, that's fucked.
Ain't that crazy? Gable Stevenson wearing Nikes.
Think if he ends up fighting him. Or I keep saying fighting. Think if they end up wrestling in the final.
Right.
He's wearing his shoes.
And this is what I hate why Dana tried to lowball. Like, Dana White tried to lowball everybody, like, when they coming in.
Mm-hmm.
They should have paid Gable, bro. He would have been a UFC star. You can't tell me that with 1 year of training stand-up, he wouldn't be able to beat Francis Ngannou.
No, yeah. His stand-up would literally just be, like, avoiding the shit. And
He would literally just jab his way in.
To where, yeah, he could just...
And then just take him down over and over.
He could take... Yeah, if he got the takedown, he would win it.
There's no way.
No.
Oh, it's 2-2. There's no. Oh, 3-2, basically. Yeah, there's no way Francis Ngannou could stop Gable Stevenson or get away from him. Like, if Gable Stevenson took Francis down, there's no way he could get up from that. And people be like, MMA is a whole different thing. Well, guess what? The people who excel in MMA are the people who can really wrestle.
Mm-hmm. Dude, did you see Peter Yan? Did you see Peter Yan and what's it called? Cejudo's Twitter exchange?
Cejudo or Sterling?
Cejudo.
Oh, yeah, because he asked him.
He asked if he could be in his corner because his coach or manager couldn't get a visa.
Yeah.
He said, I don't want any of your fucking advice. He said, bring the water, bring the talent. He said, like, talk shit or something like that.
I would have said I'd never be in the corner for a Russian.
Yeah. And y'all, the funny thing is, y'all was probably like, I haven't even been in Russia for the past fucking months.
You know what's funny about Russia and the Ukraine thing? How, like, they'll bomb like a maternity hospital, and then they'll be like, we didn't do that.
Yeah.
Like, they'll
just say like their soldier went rogue or something.
No, they'll just straight deny it and leave it at that. They'll be like, no, we had nothing to do with that. No more questions. I don't know if I was talking to you, but did you ever hear about when Putin stole Robert Kraft's ring?
No, but I can believe that shit.
Yeah, you never heard that story?
Mm-mm.
I'm pretty sure they were somewhere at the same place, and Putin asked Robert Kraft to see his ring.
Mm-hmm.
And then he like put it on his hand, and then he like kind of looked at it, and they said he just took it off and put it in his pocket and walked off. And like his KGB people just came behind him, and Robert Kraft was like, hey. And then one of the KGB guys was like, hey, back up. Don't get too close to our president. And then like Robert Kraft was like, I never seen the ring again.
That's fucked.
And then Putin was like, they asked Putin about it. And he was like, I have no idea about that.
That's fucked.
But does it really matter?
I mean, yeah, he could go get another.
Yeah, Robert Kraft. You know, they said that ring he lost cost $38,000.
Yeah, to where
he can buy 1,000 of them.
That's a penny to him.
All right.
OT coming up.
Big Gable to the finals, A3 over Kerfleet. Yeah, you see, that's his merch. And he got his brother a WWE deal. So his brother's in the WWE too.
Oh, yeah.
I think, let's see, I want to say Gable has scored.
Do they wrestle their conference twice a year too?
What do you mean?
In this, do they wrestle their conference twice a year? Like,
Once.
Just once?
Yeah.
It's like, if they wrestle twice a year and that's the third time he's beat him, they're probably just getting there and they're like, you know what's about to happen.
Yeah, he beat him twice this year. Like, I want Schultz to win. I want Schultz. He won the world team trials for Greco. I really like him, bro. He's a banger. He had 2 pins starting off the tournament.
Mm.
Then he beat Mason Paris, returning finalist last round. Colton Schultz is tough, but this Wood kid from Lehigh, he's a stud too. He beat Cassiope last round. And but Wood, he trains with Zach Ray. His coach was like a 2-time national champ, heavyweight. And he's only like 28 now.
The coach?
Yeah. So he got a fucking perfect partner.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. It's definitely interesting.
Yeah, this is crazy. This OT. They're going to go into the sudden. I guess they just keep going after the time.
So after overtime, this is the sudden victory 2 minutes. After this, they're gonna flip, and whoever lands on red or green, they'll get the choice. They'll choose bottom, try to get an escape. So each person will get a chance at the flip, and then the match will be decided by then. Because your riding time and shit will factor in and all that shit.
That's crazy. I couldn't imagine us standing up with a dude for 2 minutes just leaning on each other.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a lot more than that, but like it'd just be crazy that like the amount of like work just sit there leaning on each other. Because you're pushing and shit too.
Hell yeah.
I feel like it's just like a demoralizing feeling too. But you don't want to shoot and shit to lose the points either.
And that's the thing, like, you can't make no mistakes at this point. 1-1 overtime in the national championship. Like, if you take a shot, you got to be in perfect position. You know what I mean? There's no room for error. But I fuck with Arizona State. This guy right here, that's Zeke Jones. He used to be Team USA's coach.
Oh yeah.
And then they hired Zadok, and he went to Arizona State. I'm sure he's making a good salary at Arizona State.
If I lived down in Southwest, I'd probably want to live in Arizona. I don't know if I could do Texas.
$215 a year, not bad at all.
He's talking actual hundreds of dollars.
But Tom Brown's the Iowa coach, he just signed a 7-year deal. And with an increase every year, I want to say it's at like $400,000 his starting year. And then by his final year, it's like $850.
Damn.
Just to be the wrestling coach at Iowa. But probably the most storied school for wrestling.
This is taking forever. Oh, I guess he's gonna win on riding time. That's crazy.
No.
Oh no, he's down one. I didn't see that.
Wait, what do they call? A stall?
I think that's it, right?
No, they have to go to the tiebreaker. I'm wondering what the call was.
Did he escape?
Look like a Gable watching. No, there was no escape because they was neutral. It had to be a stall or something, but it couldn't have been a stall because that would have ended. Oh, that's big. That's big. But he gave it right away. So it's 3-3. Come on, Colton. Whoo! Finish him. Step over. Woo! Oh my God! Let's go! Let's go, Schultz. Come on, baby. Yeah, there we go.
Did he win at the buzzer, basically? No, he got the 2 earlier.
Talk about a fucking scramble.
It was all because Wood had to. He had to get points, and he took him down, but dude, yeah, scrambled around him. That's crazy, though.
You know what lost him that right there? That lift just sapped him. When
he was out
that
of
lift
energy.
just sapped him his energy. He picked up a fucking 290-pound kid over the top of his head. Especially after wrestling for 7 minutes already. Yeah, that sapped him. Because you seen how he kind of just fell over towards the end. You know how much power and strength that's taken?
Is that
No two.
What does he have to do to get a takedown?
He has to establish full control from the position. Can you watch that takedown and see full control anywhere? That's a great match.
It was.
Big Schultz, baby. Big Schultz, forks up, baby. He's a sun-kissed guy.
Forks
and look,
up.
this nigga, he like
Arizona State.
It might have been a decent match for him, but I'm about to put it on him tomorrow night.
No shit. Throw up DM for Gable Stevenson.
He's like, tomorrow night, the celebration ends because I will be on his ass. But man, we just love this wrestling atmosphere. I've been trying to introduce DogWater into something a little bit more civilized in Bengals games where people run around like feral animals and throw beer and lose Super Bowls.
This wrestling shit, it gets me going though. I'll be at the grocery store. I'll just put some lady headlock. You fucking with me?
You used to be walking with your girlfriend and be like, like, oh, I'm sorry, I just get in the mood sometimes.
My bad. It's wrestling. I be studied too much.
But I'm definitely going to Serbia this year.
I mean, we can go there next week if you want.
I gotta wait for the finalized dates and stuff. But definitely going to Serbia this year for the world championships.
Isn't Serbia in Russia?
No.
Is Serbia a country?
Yeah, it's its own country.
Bologna.
Man.
Is that the end of tonight?
Yeah, that was a semifinal ending.
What a fucking finish. Two big ass fucking dudes. Fucking, they probably weigh 290.
Colton Schultz is the man, bro. When I tell you, like, Colton Schultz, like, this is nowhere close to his best style of wrestling. He's a Greco guy.
I ain't been paying attention to the NBA, but I think, from my perspective, I think the Lakers are just sitting there and just trying to stay in the playoff game or the playing game. I think that's all they're shooting for, and they're just gonna try to run it the table after that.
Yeah, I don't know if you understand. Like, they suck. Like, that's all they can hope for is to make it to the playoff.
I think LeBron could go off like he did those two nights, but I don't think he has the energy to do that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, what does it matter if you can score 50 points and your team still can't win?
They won the two nights he scored 50.
No, he didn't. They lost one of them.
The second one?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Bro, if you score 50 points and your team loses, like, there's nothing more you can do. I remember, like, the last time, his last season in Cleveland when they was playing the Warriors. Mm-hmm. Gee, the first game of the playoffs, the first game of the finals, that nigga had a 51-point triple-double and they lost. Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If you score 51 and have a triple-double, that just means your team didn't do shit. Like, they didn't do nothing to help win the game.
It'd be like that sometimes.
But you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
it's just tough, too. You have two of the same people on the court. LeBron and Russell Westbrook, like, their game is almost like the exact same. LeBron's just better at this stuff.
That's a disrespect to LeBron.
Well, I mean, like...
Yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, LeBron has better, like...
I'm just making a joke.
I know. But, like, LeBron likes to get out in transition. He likes to play athletically. And
maybe they was thinking that was going to work together. They was going to run the break together.
Well, I mean, to be honest, like, Russ felt like it's like a knockoff version of LeBron, like a smaller, more, like, you could argue he might be more athletic, but, like...
No.
I would just say he was a smaller version of LeBron in Oklahoma City when nobody was with him. Like, he was doing shit LeBron would do where there's like Ja does it. You don't see it from a lot of guys, but they go straight down the lane and just slam it on people and nobody stops them.
It's going to be interesting to see where Russell Westbrook go next year. You know what I mean? Because, he ready to go back to tracing triple doubles.
He needs to go to the Magic.
Yeah.
Just somewhere where it's irrelevant and he don't have to worry about shit. Go to the Magic, go to Orlando and get your kids into Disneyland.
I don't know if you remember, you was the one who said this to me a long time ago. You was the one who said this, and you was like, Russell Westbrook does not affect winning on a team.
I heard that from Amin Al-Hassan.
Yeah, you said that to me, and I was like, that is very true.
He said, he used the analogy back before Enes Kanter became Enes Freedom or whatever, back when he was actually decent. Right. He's like, he's a dude that, like, you don't see him on the stat sheet, but he affects winning because he guards. That was back before Steph Curry changed the entire game, and he could actually guard your big man out to the perimeter. You know what I mean? Yeah. But he's like, that's somebody that, like, you just don't think about. He affected winning back in the day. But, like, yeah, I don't...
Like, Draymond Green is a player who doesn't have big stats, but he 100% affects winning on your team.
Also, like, Vucevic... He said that about Vucevic, the dude from Orlando. He's on the Bulls now.
That he doesn't affect winning?
Yeah, he didn't really do anything at Orlando that affected winning.
No, it's very true. Like, the only time Russell Westbrook won in his career is when he had a star next to him. And, like you say, like, late in the games, he really wasn't affected winning.
Mm-hmm. The other thing is, like, I haven't even seen shit. Like, is PG all right? I haven't seen
Paul George?
Yeah, I haven't seen
that
anything.
nigga's a bum, G.
I haven't seen anything about him.
That nigga's weak. He's like...
But he wasn't until Dame hit that shot in his face. Like, he was decent.
Yeah, he was, but now to me, like, Paul George is just slightly above average.
Yeah.
Like, you heard what Charles Barkley said? Well, he was like, when he said his nickname was Playoff P, and he's like, how you gonna be called Playoff P if you don't win? Mm-hmm. He's like, don't nobody call me Championship Chuck.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I mean, I think Paul George, he was cold in Indiana.
Yeah, he was literally guarding LeBron one-on-one.
I mean, he was trying.
Yeah. I mean, they were going back and forth. Paul George put up like 25 a night with him in the playoffs.
Yeah, but you remember when LeBron hit that game winner on his ass?
Yeah. Those were good-ass series, though.
They was. That's when they was good.
That was really the only team that stood in the path of LeBron on the east side.
They had Lance.
Yeah, they had Roy Hibbert was good as fuck, too. That was before the game changed.
Roy Hibbert wasn't good as fuck.
He was.
He was decent.
He was good. That the years they were going to the playoffs, he was like LeBron couldn't drive the lane like he did, like because he was standing there. Like
I mean, he wasn't good as fuck.
He was pretty good.
The nigga was never an all-star or nothing like that.
I don't know. You might want to look at that. He might have been an all-star one year.
Maybe once.
2-time all-star, and all defensive player of the team once. Or that's not defensive? No, that's defensive team probably.
All defensive second team.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
That's what, 2013, 14 probably? That's probably the same year he was an all-star.
Yeah.
That was probably the same year they played LeBron in the playoffs. Yeah, they had David West, I think, too, on that team for a little while.
I remember I had seen a picture on Instagram. It was like that new Roy Hibbert jersey is cold. And it was just a trash bag and it said Hibbert 55 on it.
Hell no.
But, did you watch the All-Star game this year?
No.
I was watching just the 75 ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I don't know why like LeBron and Jordan don't like each other. Like it's clear that the two don't like each other.
I mean, they're complete opposites.
Yeah, that's true, but
like Jordan,
most of the other people that love Jordan are opposite of him too.
The only thing they really share in common is their like drive to like be great.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like everything else, like I wouldn't say they don't see eye to eye, but like I would say they probably don't agree on a whole lot.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Like I bet LeBron likes to gamble, but like he don't like to put down like money to gamble. Like he probably just likes to have some fun.
And I like started watching The Last Dance.
Mm-hmm.
And I just hate how The Last Dance try to make it seem like you have to be like an asshole to be great.
I think Michael Jordan got to put his like hands on that.
He did. That's what Scotty said. Scotty was like, no, that was Michael's documentary. But we'll be right back soon on the DogWater and Sales Guy Show. Thank you. And we're back on the DogWater and Sales Guy Show, jumping right back into the topic we was talking about before. And I was just saying, like, I think that, like, with the whole difference in, like, LeBron James and Jordan, it's like, LeBron James is only 2 championships away from tying it. But it just seemed like it would be so much more fun to do it the way that LeBron did. And granted, winning ain't always about having fun. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But I guess that's just the type of nigga that Michael Jordan is. But I just don't understand, like how you could just be that type of dude.
In your life, would you rather play in 10 NBA Finals or 6 NBA Finals?
Well, I mean, if you want to just keep it at that, I would say I'd rather play in 10, but I'd rather go 6 for 6. If I had the option to go 6 for 6 or play in 10, I would say go 6 for 6.
The other thing is the mileage that you get making all 6 of them is the mileage you take just playing all 6 of them, or all 10 of them, my bad. Back-to-back years, like that takes a toll on your body. He's done half the years after round 1. that streak still is going, right? LeBron hasn't lost the playoff series in round 1, or did that stop last
Yeah, when they lost to the Suns.
first round?
Yeah.
So that was the first time. That's after what, 17 years?
Mm-hmm. What was in your
Jordan didn't even fucking play 17 years, right?
I think he played like 13.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
And then the other thing,
And like, I just want to say, we ain't no Mike haters.
no.
Like, that nigga Mike is Mike. You know what I mean? We ain't hating, but go ahead.
I was just going to say, the other thing is, like, Michael Jordan doesn't ever put anything out in public to where, like, LeBron, you almost feel like you know him because he has so much stuff public. And, like, the only thing you can judge Jordan on is his court value. Like, LeBron's put out there, like, his politics. He's put out there, like, his beliefs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you have no idea.
And I think that a lot of dumb people, like, they incorporate all that into their decision on who's the better basketball player.
Yeah, which is crazy.
You know,
but,
like I'll ask you, who's better at playing basketball between those two?
I mean, it just depends.
No, it doesn't depend on anything. Who's better at playing basketball?
I'd probably say LeBron.
It's not much of a question to me.
I mean, if you want to think about it, like, I don't know if I've said it on the show or not, but, like, I like to think about, so if the aliens came down here and said, you have one game of, you can say 5-on-5 or one, I just say 1-on-1. You have 1-on-1 basketball. You have to beat.
But then when you play 1-on-1, that's not going to take into account skills.
Well, say
you
that
don't
you
want
have
the taller, bigger guy in that situation.
Say that you have 5 of the same player then. So would you rather have 5 LeBrons or 5 Jordans?
That's easy.
Or
I'd
the
rather
fate of
have
the
the
earth.
5'6'9", 270-pound niggas. Like,
Yeah. It's just, his versatility is, like, he does everything that Jordan can do. To where, like, I don't know. You just can't tell me that he's a better basketball player. Jordan what? Like,
you can't. As soon as people talk about, as soon as you get in this argument about who's better talking about basketball, the first thing somebody's going to bring up is not a basketball skill. You know what I mean? If I'm arguing on LeBron's side, off the bat, I'm going to say he's a better three-point shooter. He's a better passer. He's a better rebounder. He scored more points in his career. He's went to the finals more. He's won the East more. But if you ask somebody about why Jordan is better, they'd be like, he's got the killer instinct.
yeah.
Or
It's kind of like
he went 6 for 6 in the finals.
It's like the mama mentality, kind of. Like, people, I think that if you want to say pure basketball player, I think Kobe's better than both of them.
I would never say.
Just the way he played the game. Like,
How would you say he's better?
Just
How was Kobe
at playing basketball.
How?
Just how he played the game.
How? I'm going to shoot the ball almost every time I touch it.
He didn't do that.
He shot the ball.
He did a lot.
A lot.
But he was successful.
Yeah, he was successful.
But I think you could put Kyrie in that same echelon. Like, just the way they play, like, with their skills and the talent they have, in the way they, like, it's just pure
I think
basketball.
you look around at all forms of basketball and who has the most skill. It's not really that close. Who has the most skill playing basketball?
Yeah, I mean,
If
like,
I can, like,
so I guess whenever I think of that, I'm just throwing everything physically out the window. Like, it's just how you play the sport of basketball. I guess it's just in my opinion too, like
because
how
like when
pure it is.
you look at LeBron, it's like versus Kobe or Jordan. Like, I can pass better than you, I can rebound better than you, I can shoot the three just as good as you can, I can get to the basket better than all of you, I can finish at the basket better than all of you. You know what I mean? Like, that's 5 big, huge parts of the game.
The other thing that's tough with LeBron, which, like, I see both sides, but the other thing that's tough with LeBron, like, parts of his game, it's kind of like a 2K, like, player on your franchise. Like, you work him at certain things to where, like, he excels at certain things. So, like, LeBron's, like, great at everything. He's got the bar, like, he's great at everything, but he's got shit that, like, he's, like, a superior at, like, nobody's really touching him. And, like, it's varied throughout his career, like, to where, like, it's gone different ways to where, like, he hasn't had it all at once all be superior. You know what I mean? To where, like, so I'm just thinking, like, back in his young days, his shooting wasn't as good as it is now. You know what I mean? But now he's not as explosive as he was back in his young.
But when he was playing for the Heat, he had everything.
Exactly. But, like,
So that's when he was peak.
but he wasn't hitting threes like he is though.
I mean, he was shooting from three
He
pretty
was
good.
shooting, but, like, he wasn't as good as he is.
Not now.
But, like,
But that's the thing. Like, that's why he has such longevity in his career, because
no, yeah.
he switches his game up so he can keep playing and excel.
And I'm fine with saying that, like, he was peak performance, like, those 2-3 last years in Miami. To where like
I'd say, I mean,
the only thing
I'd say his peak. I mean, like you said, but
I think
his peak was when he came back to Cleveland.
Yeah, that could have been.
When he came back to Cleveland,
shitty guys on his team.
Yeah, bro. When he came back to Cleveland, that nigga was hooping when he came.
So yeah, you could probably say like I guess 3 to 6 years of like consistency at the peak performance. Where like I think Kobe, like from the time he got the second ring, from like that time till like the last ring he got, the 5th, like he was just the same player. Like it was just his mentality that he got stronger, I guess.
And I'm like everybody obviously wins their rings with help, but just remember like Kobe won 5.
Yeah.
And he won 3 with the most dominant basketball player ever.
Yeah.
And that guy won finals MVP every time. Remember that. Shaq carried those teams. Shaq was the finals MVP all 3 times. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm never trying to take nothing away from Kobe at all. But, like, Shaq was the man on those teams.
I think you said it perfectly. The most, like, arguably the most dominant person ever in the NBA. Just so, like, if you... Shaq.
It's not arguably.
Yeah, I mean, you could say it's not debatable. But, like, you think about any of the, like, all-time greats playing in the 90s in his era, like, he got helped out a lot because of his era, too. Like, that was physical basketball. Yeah. To where, like, if he played in the 80s even, like, he's throwing dudes on the ground. Right. Like, if he's playing Wilt Chamberlain is not scoring 20 points that game. Like, he's not going to be in the lane half the game.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and, like, players like Shaq, they want to show their respect and shit. Yeah. But, like, Shaq, you cannot tell me that Bill Russell can guard you. You cannot tell me that, bro. You would literally dribble, hook around him, and just dunk over and over and over.
And it's not even because like they're old now,
we ain't showing no disrespect to Bill Russell either. But it's just like at a certain point, people are on a different level.
Yeah, like I'm just trying to think like
Bill Russell was playing basketball when niggas went to work.
Tyson Chandler, like you think Tyson Chandler's probably the same size as Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, like maybe even bigger, probably even stronger than they were. You know what I mean? Like because of today's technology and this evolution, and like. He played Shaq, and Shaq dominated him. Yeah. Like, for years, like, beats people like him. To where, like, I just don't think it's even close, like, with them hanging with him. And, like...
And that's what I've always said. I feel like people do not give Shaq his flowers. Like, and in all honesty, in my top 3, I put Shaq up there. Like,
ever?
Bro... Yes.
I think Kareem's up there, too, that people don't recognize. But
For sure. But to me, like, Shaq, bro, this motherfucker... dominated the game, and Kareem dominated too.
You got
and I can't hate because he had a certain move like a skyhook and keep it up. But Shaq is like, give me the ball, I'm going straight through you, and that's it. You know, there's nothing you can do about it.
Shaq was like the dominant big man to where like you could almost say like he's the LeBron to Kareem's Jordan, where like Kareem was more of like the finesse or like the touch on the ball. Like when I think of Jordan, I mean this is just me thinking of Jordan, but like, when I think of Jordan, I think of like Jordan like doing his like hesitation layup at the bucket, like he's avoiding people at the bucket to where like he's 6'6" going in the lane, and back in the 90s you could get hit. Like he's doing all that and avoiding that to where like that's impressive as hell. But like I don't know why I'm about to compare this back to LeBron, but if LeBron's doing that, LeBron's just going through everybody.
Right.
Like he doesn't have to do like the D Rose like up and under moves like what Jordan did. Like he don't have to do the one-handed like fakes to where he's like throwing it up one-handed. Like he just fucking poof.
And speaking of this, a reporter asked Russell Westbrook if bad misses affect his confidence, and Russell Westbrook says, "I have 23,000 points."
Hell no. Hell no. That's funny as hell.
That is like a good answer.
Yeah, I mean you can't argue with that.
You can't. That nigga said I got 23,000 points. And shit, Melo got to be at around like 26.
Yeah.
Melo is a top 15 all-time scorer. Yeah, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. And we're back on the DogWater and Sales Guy show. Had a little bit of technical difficulty, but we are back. Now we're going to go straight into a little segment we like to call Step Into My Office, where we go over some videos and let DogWater react to them.
Step into my office.
And we were just watching WWE superstar Gable Steveson wrestle below us in the NCAA semifinals. What do you think about this WWE move?
Oh, I knew what that was. I seen that. I hope he's okay.
1, 2.
That one was rough.
Yeah, I knew he broke his neck, right?
Yeah. See how he looked?
Yeah, I wonder whose fault that was.
The other guys.
I would imagine.
He didn't get enough air, but them niggas too big to be trying to throw each other like that.
No shit, especially on the side of the ring. It's not even like entertaining to people while they got shit in the ring.
Here's a classic video.
Hands on my sister. You ain't got shit to do with that. Don't put your hands on me.
He had to look around. You see how he looked around?
He got his, he took that one on the chin. He said, don't put your hands on me, and then he gets slapped upside the face. Oh my God.
Let's look at that one more time.
Hands on my sister. You ain't got shit to do with that. Don't put your hands on me.
He literally just bitch slapped him.
That's a classic video.
He shut his ass up.
What do you think about this one?
People can say all they want, but they ain't gonna slide like us. And that's on phonium.
Hey, watch out for them cars on phonium.
Bro, stop talking like that, bro. You live in a gated community.
Okay, what that mean though? I ain't even no real stepper.
Bro, you don't even know these people, bro.
Okay, so?
I got kids in class that come in saying for them.
Phone him?
And I'm just like, I literally said, you on Dirk side or you on Young Boy side? These kids always say Young Boy.
4K Trey.
Yeah,
That's because they young niggas.
Dude wrote up on the board. He wrote up a picture of Lil Top. He said 4K. He put 4KT up there. I said, what's that even mean? He said, that's gang.
Oh no, it's some rappers I like.
Basically, the one girl in class, she gets it. She said, y'all live in the suburbs. she said, my brothers like to say the same stuff. She's like, I always have to tell them, y'all live in the suburbs. What is that?
He has some KFC.
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
You see how quick he pulled that shank out?
He was waiting for somebody.
I think this is a joke.
I think so too.
This gotta be a joke because the way he pulled that bitch out. You said, come on, that chicken, man.
Hell no. I like how the other guy was ready too with his. The dude right in front of the camera, watch this.
Yeah, I seen him too.
Yeah, he pulls it up real quick. He's like, I'm ready, motherfucker. That's the one thing I could not imagine living in a jail or prison.
That shit cracked me up. Here's another hilarious video.
Sir, what's your social security number? Sir?
Hell no. That fucking, I don't know if that happened in real time or if they just.
That's fake. That's for TV.
I was gonna say if they produced that, but that's funny as hell.
Oh, shit.
That baby was just like, huh?
Oh, man. Here's a funny one. Stone bitch, my block jumping.
What?
Speaking of Globe Life, I was there a couple weeks ago. Will one of your students do this?
I couldn't imagine trying to do that. I like how he just gets up there. He's like still breathing a little hard. He's like, I'm good.
Yeah, it was really. Yeah, that shit is funny as fuck. Here's another good one.
Oh, I think I've seen this one. They said you never turn around.
Yeah, he turned straight into that motherfucker. Here's another one. Could you imagine going to work in the morning and this happening to you? Like, you running late. You already like, fuck, man, I'm already going to be like 10 minutes late. And then you come out to work.
Oh, my God. That's crazy.
She said, and I thought my luck was bad.
Yeah, no shit. That's crazy.
Like, dog, I could not imagine walking out to work in the morning and seeing that.
And imagine like your car being on the other side and it's got nothing on it.
Right.
And you could just pull out and then you just see that. I would feel so bad for that car.
Me too.
Like, that probably ruined their fucking back windshield.
I wouldn't help them, but
cracked and shit.
Definitely feel bad for them.
Yeah, I don't think I'd help either. Not unless I was working. Getting paid for it.
Here's another funny one.
Oh no. Why? That's stupid. That's stupid.
Oh shit.
Hell no. I used to have this saying back in high school. It was stupid, not savage. That was stupid, not savage.
And you was just talking about kids from the suburbs talking about they was 4K Trey and all this.
I am not a white suburban kid, bro. I am from Chi-Town, bro. You ain't gonna be talking to me like that, bro.
I just started talking like that. I ain't no some suburban white kid, bro. I'm from the rural community, bro.
Oh man.
You can't just talk to me like that, bro. I'll come at you with the Mika.
And then this is one more classic video.
Why is it okay for women to say, oh, you're 5 feet on dating sites? You should be dead. That's okay.
That's okay.
Women in general have said it on dating sites. You think I'm making that shit up?
Amen.
Everywhere I go, I do the same fucking smirk with the biting lip. Shut your mouth. You're not God or my father or my boss.
He's looking up to him like he's God.
Dude, you want to step outside? You want to step outside? Huh? I'm not standing, pal. I know. You shut up, too.
He probably put them in a guillotine choke.
He said, you shut up too. He wanted all the smoke.
He said, you want to step outside? He'd fucking chest bump the dude's fucking crotch.
I'm just, I feel bad for that little dude, man. You know what I mean?
He's gotten told he's short one too many times.
Not one too many. A couple hundred too many times. He's ready to kill a bitch. Like, he's beyond arguing. Like,
at that point, you know, like, it's just the truth about you. Like, you just have to accept that shit. You're not growing.
Let's talk about that, right? And I'm so glad you brought that up, right? In this inclusive world we live in today, like, stop fucking getting mad when people, like, tell you the truth about yourself. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're fat shaming me. Well, you're fat.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
there's a difference between fat shaming and calling someone fat. Like, that's two different things.
Well,
like,
what's fat shaming then?
Fat shaming is making fun of them for being fat.
I used to get made fun of for being fat all the time.
Yeah, so that's fat shaming. But if
they fat shamed me.
If I'm talking to you and, like, I just say you're fat, that's not fat shaming. Like,
but even fat shaming, like, stop being a pussy.
I mean,
they called me fat. Oh my God, they made fun of me. Oh my God.
No shit. And
stop being such a fucking bitch.
I don't know when I learned this, but, like, if you care about other people's opinions that you don't know, you are an idiot. Like, people that's the whole thing with social media. Like, you have so many people following you that you have no idea. You've never even met them in your life. And, like, yet their opinion that you see in your comments, like, affects your daily living. That's just crazy to me. Like, crazy to me.
But, like, does it ever make you think that, like, they're just not, like, grounded, normal people?
It just makes me think about, like, what are your priorities in life? Like, what do you actually care about? Or do you not know what you actually care about? Like, because some people think they actually care about, like, I guess, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Human contact, like, just normal, genuine relationships. Basically what I'm trying to say. Some people, like, I don't even know where I'm going.
I think I understand what you're trying to say.
I don't know where I'm going.
But, like even like Kevin Durant, like how the fuck you got $100 million in your bank account and you know you one of the best ever at what you do, but you're, like, arguing with kids online.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, what people say about you just bothers you so much that you have to defend what you already know.
That one's so weird to me.
With anybody with any validity already knows.
That one's so weird to me, though, because, like, obviously when he makes that move to Golden State, he has to not give a shit about what anybody thinks. You know what I mean? Like,
but he does.
But you can't make that move. And, like, during those years, though, he couldn't have. Like, for him to be just in healthy mental state. You know what I mean? Like he probably like had them, but like, it was probably very, very suppressed. So I think when he went to Brooklyn, he was like, or like when he was thinking about leaving Golden State when it was in the rough year, the last year, like I think he could have like strayed away from that, and he started thinking like, I don't like how this narrative's painted of me, and like because he was quiet for a while in Golden State, like you didn't hear a whole lot about him. You heard him standing up for himself with Stephen A. I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know why people give Stephen A. weight. Like Stephen, I don't know why people give Stephen A. weight. Like
I mean, he's a pretty respected journalist.
He is, but
he was reporting.
Now he's just he's filling time in a daily, like he's basically a daily sitcom that's live on TV.
Yeah, so like I'll agree with that.
His opinion is like they are educated and like they are formed based upon his opinion of these people and like his relationships with these people, but like. There's just no chance he's able to keep up with everything he talks about.
No, they're like, feeding him shit at this point.
It's like you have to look at him. You don't have to look at him as stupid as Skip, but like you have to look at him as a Skip Bayless. Like they're just on there to make entertainment. To where like he's not he's a good analyst when he wants to be, but like his talk show is not an analyst.
Well, that's the thing. He's gotten to the point in his career where he's more personality than
he's entertainment himself.
Yeah, he's more personality than he is analyst at this point. Yeah. Like the whole thing ain't about you don't watch Stephen A. to get the facts on sports and shit. Like you watch Stephen A. to get facts on sport with laughs. You know what I mean?
It's kind of like Schefter used to be like a journalist, and now he's just more like a newsbreaker. He does still put out some like articles, but he's more like a newsbreaker now than a journalist.
Yeah. But like Kevin Durant, that always used to get to me, and like it used to always make me wonder. And like so many celebrities, but I sports is different. Mm-hmm. I feel like a lot of people became celebrities because they wanted other people's approval. I feel like people was like people like obviously like a lot of musicians and shit, they like music, but like a big part of that is I want the approval of other people. I used to do music too. I used to make music. Like it's fun to make it, but the fun part is having people tell you it's good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the best part is like people telling you they liked it and it sound good. But like if somebody tells me like, oh, I didn't like it, I'm like, oh, damn, don't listen to it. Yeah. Where somebody else would be like, that shit sucked. And people would be like, these people, you know what I mean? Like my wrestling coach gave me some advice in this world. And he said, always remember that nobody really cares. So when you at your highest high and you think that everybody fuck with you and shit, like they really don't care. Mm-hmm. When you at your lowest lows and you complaining about and you want to complain, like the people you complaining to, they really don't care. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, and to me, that was some of the best advice I ever got. Nobody cares. So when you think about going to complain and shit, nobody cares. When you're thinking about going to brag and shit, nobody cares. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Some people can't take that.
For real. Like I'm telling you, bro, that was probably one of the some of the best advice I ever got in life.
Mm-hmm. The craziest thing is like whenever you can't find like some people like in this world don't have friends that like actually care. Like, and that's the part to me, like, I'm like, how do you consider them friends? Like, cause they, like you said, nobody cares. So we're like, if you're stuck in a ditch somewhere, like that one country song, you're stuck in a ditch somewhere, you're going to find out who your friends are or whatever it's called.
Right.
And like, I don't know. It's just like, if you can't answer that simple question, like, would they help me in a time of need? Like, then nobody gives a fuck about you. And if you don't have those relationships, then like, I don't know what you've been doing. Like,
because like, honestly, like, I feel like a lot of people, like they just don't want to be alone. Like people can't be alone with themselves.
To where like, they just hang out with anybody.
Yes, I feel like a lot of people just have such a hard time being with themselves and being at peace with themselves. So like a lot of niggas got to stay with a girlfriend. They got to stay with some girl that they could be around, or they always hanging out. You know what I mean? Because it's just too much for them to be by themselves.
And the thing is now with technology, like everybody's in their phones to where like we're almost by ourselves when we're out in public anyways. You know what I mean? Like we keep to ourselves more often.
Or if you think about it the other way, like when you at home, you ain't by yourself because you texting and Snapchatting and FaceTiming.
You're involved with everything there.
Yeah, you on Twitter and shit. Like,
that's true.
Like Like, I pretty well got off social media.
Yeah, I've been trying to wean myself out. I'm close.
I didn't even try to. It's just like, I don't even give a fuck.
If it wasn't for the Bengals, I probably wouldn't be on there.
Like Twitter, I used to love Twitter until I realized it's just idiots arguing with each other.
Twitter is literally, if you can think about this as so it's a global scale now. But think about like back in the day, like just a town had like a collection box of like opinions, and like people just got to throw all their opinions on paper into this thing, and they wrote their name on them, and they basically just got pinned up in town,
and then you can
walk
write
around,
your response and put it under it.
And that's basically what it is. But like it's out of world view now, to where like it's basically just a whole jar, an endless cycle of just like a black hole of just opinions that like people just spew. Some of it's fact, and some of it's actually like good shit. Like it's factual information.
For sure,
like news.
100%.
I actually use Twitter for news half the time. Whenever shit hits the fan, I'll go to Twitter first before I even turn on a news station, because you're gonna find the most up to date shit if you know who to follow. You know what I mean? But like there is so many just opinions just splattered, and now there's like Ballsack Sports. They just tweet like they look like sports stories, and they look like they could be credible. But like then you look at the thing and it says Ballsack Sports, and you've already read the whole thing, and you're like, this couldn't happen. Like they had a whole story that said something about like Kyrie ran James Harden out of the arena. They played 1-on-1 twice, and Kyrie beat him 10-0 both times. And
I've seen shit.
I was reading it, bro, and I was like, this is fucked. And I look up at the thing and it says Ballsack Sports. I'm like, this is why I can't be on this app anymore.
There's one for like that for UFC shit.
Yeah.
And like 2 days before a fight, they'd be like, so and so pop positive for steroids.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, no fucking way. You start reading the shit, then get to the bottom. You like, oh, this shit ain't real.
Yeah.
But like the shit like, oh, they fat shamed me, or like they made fun of me. Like we was talking to work about like going back to your class reunion for high school. Mm-hmm. And somebody was like, I can't wait to go back to mine so I can flex on their ass. I'm like back to that I said, like, nobody cares, bro.
Yeah.
Like you like, to me, like when you say like I'm going back and flex, like, oh, they made fun of me when we were 17 years old, and now I have to show them that I'm successful. Like, no, you're successful for you.
So yeah,
they don't give a fuck. They're living their own lives. Like, and at the end of the day, like when you come back and try to flex your success you have now, mm-hmm. they only remember you as that person they made fun of. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like nobody cares, dog.
Yeah. Like you're just a memory to him, basically.
Yeah. So it just be like, just like kick it with the stick it out with the people you fuck with. But like, I just don't know how people be so worried about somebody else's approval.
Well, what you said, like your success doesn't look like everybody else's. So like, I'm just thinking like 5-year reunion. Some people come back with kids. Some people come back literally just graduating college. Yeah. Like, it's just completely different like levels of success and what you value as success. Like,
right.
Like, I still haven't graduated college. Like, if you graduate college, to me, you're successful so far. You could be living at home with your parents. You're still successful to me, because that would be successful. Because successful. Why can't I fucking talk? Successful to me. You know what I mean?
But like the thing too, like, do you really care
about them?
Like about them being successful? Like it's a thought. Yeah. It's a thought to you for a couple seconds, but then beyond that, it's just
to where like you're just like, to me. I mean, I just think like good for you.
Yeah, like somebody be like, yeah, I just graduated from so and so. I'm like, oh, congratulations. And then after that, it's just like, you know.
And it's sad. I mean, like the only thing that really would sway people, I think, is if somebody came back and was just like, hey, yo, I got a duffel bag. I got like $1 million cash. I literally hit the jackpot. So I'm handing out some of these bricks and just handing out cash. Like, that's the only way you're getting people to be like, dude, you got so much cooler. Like, it's a sad truth about America, but like, and the only people.
But people like us, we wouldn't care.
No, but I'm just saying, like, I mean, if you're handing out fucking stacks of fucking,
I would take it, but I wouldn't give a shit about your life. And
no, I mean, like, I'd be like, hell yeah, dude. Like, again, I just like, good for you, and I'd take the money.
Yeah, but
like, we can party all night with this money, but like,
yeah, I don't like.
But like, I think the money would move people to be like, you're successful. Like, I actually give a fuck now.
You're right.
Like, to work because it's money. Like, it's the sad truth about America, but like, I don't know.
And like, I don't get, like, I've seen some shit about like people holding grudges on people who bullied them in like high school and shit. And I'll say this before, I would never no bully. I ain't never bullied nobody or nothing like that. But like, the older you get, every day you realize how much dumber you was the year before.
Mm-hmm.
So like now at the age of 27, I think back to like how stupid I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Like 16, 17, 18 years old. Like you just like a dumbass kid.
Well, you're supposed to be.
Yeah, I mean you are.
Yeah, that's
Like even if you smart and shit, like you can think back to you as an intelligent kid in high school, was you not like a dumb kid?
Yeah.
Like the shit you used to do.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, somebody was like, they bullied me back in high school. Like, well, we was all dumb kids back then.
Mm-hmm.
But I never been
I was
bullied.
thinking about this the other day. You think it's that you've trained yourself like with the risk over the years for like bad behavior, or you think it's like you just grown to be like it's not even worth it anymore?
What?
Like, I don't know. So like, say you want to TP somebody. Like when you're a kid, you'd probably do it no matter what. You know
when
what I
you
mean?
a kid, yeah.
But like now, you'd be like, it's not even worth my time. Like, I guess I'm trying to say like, what's the line in between there?
It's like a couple things. When you're a kid, you have no idea of consequence.
Yeah.
Like it's not even really in your
Until
head.
you
at
see
all.
it for the first time.
Yeah, it's not in your head.
Yeah.
Like I remember we used to steal shit from Walmart. Like steal like video games and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it never once popped in my head of like me getting caught or arrested or, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Never popped in my head one time. Like never thought about it at all.
Mm-hmm.
And like now, like one, I don't need to steal shit from a store, but like I would because it's not even worth the hassle of possibly getting caught and going to court. You know what I mean?
Like it's even like, I got to the point where like, you'll be sitting there with the scan your items in your own lane or whatever at Walmart. And like, you can definitely like, just like act like you've scanned, like if you get 4 of one item, you can act like you scan it 4 times, but like you can just scan it the one time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like to where like, I'm just like, it's not even worth it. Like it's fucking $10.
But
like,
it's not even the fact that is it the fact that it's not worth it, or it's just like you're just an honest person. You don't even think about it.
I mean, it could be that, but like, I mean, I think about it. Like every time I'm there, I'm like, you could definitely do this. But like,
yeah, you think about it, but you never think about doing it. Like you think about like I could get away with this if I wanted to, but you never go in the store thinking like I'm gonna actually steal this today.
Yeah,
you it's always in your head. You know you're gonna pay for it. You just thinking like if I wanted to, I could do this shit.
So yeah,
but then it's just like the fact, like you said, like you an adult, like there's no point. Like I'm gonna save the streets. I take the chance of getting arrested for this $4 thing.
Yeah. So you think it's just becoming an adult? Like you just weigh the risk like more.
It's just so much
or
more.
You've seen it, I guess. It's
just so much more thought.
Yeah,
your head. The older you like,
or just wisdom, even.
It's that, but like when you an adult, like bro, you got to think like your head, your brain is full of thoughts.
Yeah.
Like when you an adult, your head on the swivel, you looking around, thinking about shit, thinking about this, what's got to go on tomorrow, what's going on around you.
Mm-hmm.
When you a kid, like you just living.
Yeah.
Like you just out doing shit. You ain't thinking about shit. Like you just do it. It come in your head like something big. You obviously gonna have to weigh it and think about it. But other shit, you just go and do it.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy to think about though.
Right. But like it's just. I just think of like me and my boss was talking about it. He was like, just thinking of how dumb of a kid I was. Like he was like, when I was like 14, I used to just steal my mom's minivan. And he's like when her and my dad would go to sleep, me and my friends, we would put the car in neutral and then roll it down the driveway and then push it up the street, turn it on, and then we just ride around town for like 2 hours. And he's like, and it never once popped in my head that like I could get pulled over and arrested and not get my license until I'm 21.
Yeah.
He's like, it never popped in my head once. I'm just a kid driving around, like having fun with my friends.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah. Because your brain just still developing. But it's been a great show today. And I think we had a good show. I just want to show one video before we leave. And we'll take off from there.
Hey, so when they be milking that baby thing, too? Oh, okay. Charlie. It can't be nearly as bad as playing a basketball game with a sprained ankle. Why you never buy a woman a watch? What I'm saying again, Why you never buy a woman a watch? There's a clock on the stove. I really wonder. I always wondered why.
And then the WNBA. And then they want to know why the WNBA doesn't make as much as the NBA. Just like.
But I said this at work today. The WNBA, like, yeah, they can deserve more money and everything, but just real talk, right? Real talk, Reed. When in your life you ever seen somebody in a WNBA jersey?
No, so this is.
Just answer that.
Yeah, like maybe twice ever.
But tell me about the time you remember it.
It was in the Pacers arena, so they have an ending.
Okay,
team.
and
So,
then
like,
when?
they just wore it to. I think that was probably about it.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
women be the ones complaining about the WNBA league, right? Well, start watching their games and buying their merchandise. See tons of women in LeBron James jerseys, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
You see tons of women in Giannis jerseys and shit like that, wearing Lakers merch.
This is my thing. So this is where I think that anything over like what WNBA makes is no longer professional sports. It's entertainment. We've talked about it before, and it'd be a long ass conversation. But like anything making like multiple millions of dollars, like that's entertainment. It's no longer sport.
I mean, it's still sports,
Like
but it's
you
both.
play sport, but it's reality entertainment.
But I mean, sports is entertainment in general.
But the
It's always been
WNBA
entertainment.
is not,
It
apparently.
is for the people that show up to the games. They still have people that come to their games who are entertained by it. It's not entertainment for the masses.
So like that's my cutoff. Like I just think like you could even rule to me college sports as like
But
professional.
I get what you're saying, entertainment wise. But look, a motherfucking show where they doing tap dancing versus a rap concert. It's different types of entertainment. Mm-hmm. One's gonna generate more than the other. Mm-hmm. So it's not like you can't just be like, this is purely entertainment and it's not music. You know what I mean? Because it makes more. It's just the fact that like it just can't garner as much as attention as the other sports can.
Yeah.
But it's been a great episode. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to the DogWater and Sales Guy Show. You never know where we might be next week. We could be in Abbottabad, Pakistan.
We could be in Guadalajara.
We could be in San Marino, outside of Italy.
We could be in Chile.
We could be in Vatican City.
We could be in the Antarctica.
We could be anywhere. And we just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. And y'all have a wonderful week. And we're out.